Hello and welcome to the DX Corner for your weekly dose of DX as part of Ham Radio's oldest ham radio magazine on the air, this week in amateur radio. I'm Bill, AJ8B. If you're watching this on YouTube, the text of this will be included in the show notes so you can get all the details. The CQ Worldwide WPX single sideband contest occurs this weekend. Depending on when you are listening to this, it may be over, but there's still an opportunity for you. I'd kind of forgotten about these tips, but during a presentation that I recently gave entitled Chasing DX During a Contest, several of these coaching points came back to me, and I'd like to share them with you. If you were going to operate from a DX location such as Turks and Caicos Islands or Andorra, would you fly in the day of the contest and fly out on the Monday after? Most likely not. Many contesters will arrive days early to make sure that the equipment is operational, logistics were set up, and the jet lag was dealt with. They would also not leave Monday morning as they have logs to deal with, equipment teardown, QSLs, and other logistics to handle. The point is this: they will most likely be on the air days before and days after the contest, and they typically are on modes that they may not use during the contest and may be on the work bands as well, since those are not valid for contacts in the contest. Don't forget that these time periods are available to get some band slots. I'm also reminded of DXers like 9J2BO. Brian in Zambia, he likes to work the different mode during a contest. So for instance, during the WPX single sideband contest, I fully expect to see him on 17 meters or 12 meters CW. It's less people that are having pileups, and it gives him a chance to kind of really work a lot of different people. So don't forget those bands. I am trying to focus on those entities that will be available in the next week. There's so much data to sift through that I thought a focus on the next 7 days might be helpful. This section of DX News comes from Bernie, W3UR, editor of the Daily DX, the Weekly DX, and the How's DX column in QST. If you would like a free 2-week trial of the Daily DX, your only source of real-time DX information, just drop me a note at thedxmentor@gmail.com. Several have, and they've been very impressed with what they've received, so don't hesitate. Just give it a try. Here's what should be on in the coming week. Let me know how many of these you get to work. Depending upon when you're listening to this, this could be over. I did give you a week's notice starting last week, but it's well worth checking out. If not, it's a great chance to get a semi-rare all-time new one or a band slot. A group of operators from Azerbaijan are planning a de-expedition to the rare location of Kizi Mountain as 4 Kilo Oscar Tango on March 29th and 30th. Activity will be on single sideband and FT8, 80 through 10 meters. The QSL route will be Logbook of the World, EQSL, and then via 4K0 Tango. A group of hams from the Czech Republic are currently QRV as 3 Baker 9 Delta Juliet until April 5th. They plan to be on 160 through 10 meter CW, sideband, and FT8, QSL via OK6DJ and Logbook of the World. And I've heard these guys on a lot, but conditions have not been great, so I've not been able to get them. But I'm going to work at it. A very famous Polish operator, Janusz, SP9FIH, has begun his FJ/SP9FIH operation from St. Bart's. Although he is not an avid FT8 user, he will operate this mode due to high community demand. During the first 4 days of his FJ operation, he will use Foxhound and MSHV. Interested parties should learn how to operate SuperFox as well. Janusz often prefers sideband, his favorite mode, despite his hearing difficulties. He has received LOTW certificates for both call signs. VK2YUS Chris will be QRV as YJ0CA from Port Villa until April 3rd, including participation in the CQ Worldwide WPX contest single sideband as a single operator entity. He will be using an ICOM IC7300 and a small amplifier with simple wire antennas and verticals on 40 through 10 meters. Operating hours are expected to be mostly between 2100 UTC and 1000 UTC due to local nighttime noise levels. He does not use any electronic logging or QSL systems, but maintains paper logbooks and provides high-quality physical QSL cards for confirmation. QSL cards for requested confirmation of contacts will be dispatched by airmail in April from Australia. ZC4, which is the UK sovereign base areas on Cyprus. is a rare one, and it was a rare one for me for a long time. I still need it on many bands. ZC4, operated by G4 WXJ Dave, is planning his next holiday there from the SBA Cyprus, which is grid locator KM64US, as ZC4RH from April 6th to the 11th, so next week. He'll be running 100 watts into dipoles and an end-fed half wave. His activity will be on 7 meters through 6 meters on CW, sideband, FT8, and FT4. Watch that one. If you can get him, because it doesn't happen very often. Paul, Golf Whiskey Zero NGA, will be from Jamestown, St. Helena, as ZD7PG, April 12th to the 19th. Not on the air every day, he says, because he is looking forward to relaxing on this beautiful island. He says he will still have plenty of time on the air and will sort out QSLing when he's back in the UK. Not active on EQSL or Logbook of the World, he likes real paper QSL cards, but might knock out some EQSL if asked. K4HYD Austin plans to operate K4HYD stroke C6 Alpha, the Retreat National Garden in the Bahamas on April 10th on FT8 and or CW. And that retreat is Parks on the Air BS-0025. Flavio, Italy Whiskey 2 November Echo Fox, is active on an HF holiday style from Filithio Island in the Maldives as AQ7EF, April 2nd through the 10th. You can QSL him via his home call or HE9ERA or Club Log OQRS. There are two opportunities for you to get V7, the Marshall Islands, in the log. The first is Tim, KZ4 Victor. He is in the Marshall Islands through April 20th for a scientific mission. As V73MT, he will be on Majoro, Majati, Inawatek, and Bikini Islands, and will be on the air mainly on 40, 20, and 17 sideband and FT8 at various, quote, unpredictable times. He will also operate aboard his boat. QSL through QRZ.com, Club Log, and LOTW. And make sure you know where he is when he operates, because if he's in his boat, it probably won't count. So make sure you know. KX4 Quebec Delta, Randall, is returning to the Marshall Islands for his second tour from now until 2027. He will be on Kwajalein Island in the Kwajalein Atoll and will use the call sign V73HW. He expects to be on 80 through 6 meter sideband and FT8 using an ICOM IC7300s at 100 watts into an inverted V. The most recent DX Mentor YouTube episode is an interview with David Minster, NA2AA, the CEO of the ARRL. David discusses his amateur radio journey as well as serious issues that are facing the ARRL. I have gotten tremendous feedback on this, so give it a listen and let me know what you think. And you can find that by searching in YouTube or your favorite podcast for the DX Mentor. You can also check out the DX Mentor Facebook page to keep tabs on what is current and what is coming. Until next week, this is Bill, AJ8B, saying 7-3, and thanks to my ex-whale Karen for her love and support. I hope to hear you in the pileups. Have a great week. I like that. Have a great week at DX.